ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणललिता सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवास आदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So, welcoming you all for today's session. Today is a very auspicious day. It's Ekadashi, and I'm very grateful for your association on this day. So, last week, does anyone remember like what we are talking about?
We talked to 2.7 and 2.71.
Yes, but what was
Bhat
what was
2.7,
the
2.71.
what was the core
And
theme? What was the core theme of like of our discussion?
and we spoke about the liberation. The two types of liberation, positive and negative. You give the example that
Yeah,
what is
no, no,
positive
no, no.
liberation, what is negative.
Yeah, so I don't want to go through each and every point, but what is the core point, like, okay, that we discussed? What was the core
So,
thing?
core point, I think the takeaway was that whatever we do with the unflinching faith on Lord Krishna, that whatever we do, we will be protected by Lord, then our work will succeed.
Okay, let us hear from Amrita Sakha Prabhu.
The difference between desires, Prabhu, how a devotee desire and how he becomes steady after desiring something. And a non-devotee, he desires differently, but after his desire, he is like he never get peace, that kind of thing.
Correct. So, what is the difference between a devotee's desire and a non-devotee's desire? By the way, I see Meksham Prabhu is here. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for joining. We are missing you here.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Devotee desires, Prabhu,
Hare Krishna.
everything he desires, it's because of it's he puts Krishna in the center. Okay, and non-devotee can he desires for his sense gratification.
Yes. So this is the major difference between a devotee's desire and a non-devotee's desire. The devotee, the non-devotee is trying to do everything. They also have a house. The devotee also has a house. But the non-devotee builds his house for his own comfort. The devotee builds his house so that he can serve Lord and his devotees. The non-devotee also has a family, but when the non-devotee, he maintains his family like, okay, for their luxury, they plan for vacation, right? They eat food like, okay, for their comfort like, okay, whatever gives their taste buds like, okay, joy. The non-devotee eats like that, but the devotee wants to give joy to Krishna. So the devotee is always trying to keep Krishna in the center. They eat food that is offered to Krishna. They go for they go for they also go for vacation, but in the vacation they try to keep Krishna in the center. How they can visit spiritual places, or they go with in the association of devotees to other places. Then the devotee, the non-devotees have parties. The devotee also has parties. In the non-devotees party like, okay, there is the along with the food there is like, okay, there could be alcoholic beverages for their enjoyment, but for the devotee like, okay, in their parties like, okay, they have Krishna in the center always like, okay, where there is live music. Yeah, and then there is nice so many foodstuffs like, okay, yesterday we had a party for all the volunteers of Jagannath Rath Yatra. Since Meksham Prabhu is here, I was remembering intensely Meksham Prabhu yesterday, because last year Meksham Prabhu and Amrita Saka Prabhu, they participated in a very wonderful service at Jagannath Rath Yatra, and very sincerely they did this service. And yesterday, when I was having the prasad, okay, of Lord Jagannath, because this is, I was telling Amrita Saka Prabhu, have this. There was faluda, and there was pani puri, and there was lasagna, and then there was multiple varieties of dosa, and then there was bhel, and and then there was Mexican items, and there was ice cream along with those um, I mean variety, and so many items were there. No, within those like, okay, Amrita Sakha Prabhu was saying, no, no, I will not have sweets. I'll not be having. I was saying that, okay, see, like Lord Jagannath will be so happy when we come out, and he has quit like, okay, he's trying to have some food schedule like, if, to maintain his physique, but sometimes like, okay, when we come like, okay, when for the pleasure of the Lord, when we accept like what he's giving, then it, if we do it for the pleasure of the Lord, that gives lot of joy to the Lord, that okay, oh, see, my devotee is so much having joy like, okay, because the Lord wants to see everyone happy. That is that is the nature of the Lord. So why I was saying is like, okay, see, the non-devotee also has party, the devotee also has party. Yesterday there were like almost maybe about 200 people who participated. Many of them may not be from a devotional background also, but they participated, and many of them whom I knew, when I met them, they said, like, okay, we had the joy of our life here. So many things, like it was so much joy. So we look forward to coming here again and again. We did not know that this is so much fun being in the temple. So why I'm sharing this is because the non-devotee, like, okay, one who has not been there, they will think, okay, what do you do going in the temple? Okay, but the devotee knows it is so much joy like being there. There are so many services. When you give joy to Krishna, automatically Krishna does not keep anything in balance. Krishna reciprocates immediately back. And one who is even they have started like, okay, their journey in Krishna consciousness, right? They can experience this time and again, that how Krishna is so much reciprocating. So I was um, I, I I want to give you another example. Today, actually, I was hearing from my spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So he was mentioning that there is a he had once been to a palace in Paris. So this is a very old palace actually, and the name starts with, I believe it's let me not speculate the name, but it's in Paris, and this is a very old palace. So there is a story that goes. It is so huge that if someone has to walk from one corner to like and go through the entire palace, like it will take several hours for them to cover them. You can imagine how big it is. So it is massive, and he was telling a story behind this. So the story goes like this, like, okay, so there was a king who had built this palace, I mean, few hundred years ago, and at that time, this palace was being was so opulent. So this king will invite others, okay, and when they invite others, right, like, okay, what is a general tendency, like, okay, when people come to someone's house, they will see look at the house, right? Many people, they maintain good car, good house. Why? Because when people come and see what you, oh, you build this wonderful house, oh, this nice lovely car, okay. But in the material world, what is the thing is, there is so much envy, right? Like even if someone is saying like that, right, they don't want you to have that. Okay, they may be praised. No, you have this house, and in heart they will think, how did you build this house? Actually, I worked so hard. Okay, so something like that, and like, okay, people buy better and better cars, like, okay, high priced cars, like to. I mean, obviously, there is a status symbol tied with that. So, anyways, coming back to this, like, okay, so this king built this palace, like, okay, and every time, like, okay, when he would invite people, right? He would invite the other kings of the neighboring countries at that time. They would all come and they would praise, oh, wow, what a lovely palace you have, and things like that. And the king would serve them beverages, intoxicating drinks, and meat and wine and whatnot, like, okay? And he would entertain them with music and all this. So, but the thing is, uh, he he would always like to hear the praises of his palace and things like that. But it once so happened that, okay, this whoever he called, right, like, they were so envious, like, okay, they went ahead and beheaded the king and killed the queen also, okay. And now this, obviously the king is beheaded, so he cannot enjoy that palace. So why I'm sharing this is, that is the nature of this material world. There is so much envy. And if you look at it in terms of the devotees, they come to share, like, okay, joy. And even sometimes, like if someone is going through difficult times, like they come to discuss about the difficult times, sing kirtan for them, so that, like, okay, somehow or other, like, okay, they are able to um, alleviate the pain. I just got to know there was one devotee who was undergoing a surgery yesterday. So this devotee from Michigan, like, okay, he requested other devotees to make uh, to to pray for him, because it was there were some complexities involved. Like, okay, he was having some challenges. Like, okay, and when they prayed for him, after that he sent a note back actually, that I'm very glad that, okay, you all prayed for me. I'm so grateful. And I wanted to say that, okay, although I was going through pain, but my comfort was that devotees are praying for me. And now that I have come out of this, like, okay, I can feel, like, okay, how much devotees' prayers are invaluable. So if we look at it, see, in the world around, there are so many things, so many permutations in which things can go wrong, right? We do not even account for those. Most of the times we think like, okay, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. You don't even know next step itself, like there could be a roadblock. Okay, someone is staying comfortably in the house, they do not even know like, okay, I mean, there could be an earthquake the very next moment, right? So that is the nature of this material world. And so that is why Krishna is saying that, okay, how one, what is, see, the materialistic mindset is that what the material people like is like, okay, to show off, but the devotee is never impressed with that show off. Devotee is impressed by humility and by the mood of service. That is the nature of the devotee. They are they are they are very much, they very much appreciate the humility, and with the mood of a service that one approaches or one is performing their services, that is always inspiring for a devotee. So going back to where we were, let me go ahead and share my screen. So we are now in the 71st verse of Bhagavad Gita. Vihaya kamanya sarvan पुमंश्चरति निष्पृह निर्ममो निरहंकार सशांतिम अधिगच्छति. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone attains real peace. Krishna is, for the second time, Krishna is repeating who gets real peace. So, if you remember in the previous verse that we studied, there also Krishna spoke about peace, correct? As Amrita Sakha Prabhu was mentioning. So, Krishna is saying that, okay, who alone can attain peace? Okay, one who is always running behind to fulfill his desire, that person will never attain peace. But one who is not striving to satisfy its desire, oh, oh, I need this kind of a car, I need this kind of a house, I need this kind of a job, I need something quickly, like, right? So if someone is there, then in that case, that person will not be peaceful. They always have their own demands in place. Okay, but one who is understanding that, okay, everything is running by the will of Krishna. Let me do my endeavor, and then Krishna, whatever Krishna thinks is right for me, Krishna will arrange everything. So that person will be peaceful. Let us understand this definition which Krishna is giving. Krishna, who is the manufacturer of, he who is giving the intelligence to Lord Brahma, who is the creator of this world. Okay, so Krishna is the one who is injecting this intelligence into Brahma, who is creating. That person is telling how the creations of Brahma, that is us, they can attain real peace. Now think about it. Like, okay, whatever we are reading, right? This is something like, okay, animals cannot understand this, birds cannot understand this. Only in the human form of life we can understand this, and not just that. There is something beyond this. Anyone who understands this, right? This knowledge is eternal. That means this knowledge is going to stay with that person. If that person is trying to remember these, right, then that knowledge, like when the soul leaves the body, right, at that time they are carrying this knowledge with them. So Krishna here defines who can attain real peace. So please hear with attention if you really want what Krishna calls as real peace. So, person who has given up all desires for sense gratification. That means at all times, if you think, I need to enjoy, I need to enjoy, I need some kind of thing, like, okay, I need a good vacation, I need a good job, I need a good wife, I need this, I need good children, right? These are like, okay, why we need that? Because this gives my mind a sense of joy, right? So when we have such kind of desires, right, it does not mean that, okay, I don't need a good wife, I don't need a good children. No, it's not like that. Accepting, let me do my best, and let Krishna decide what is best for me. Let me do the best. One who lives free from desires. That means whenever and what does desire mean? Does anyone remember what we studied in our last session? What is desire? Free from desire means not have any desire. What is that? We discussed this point. Only this portion we touched in this particular verse. Anyone remembers? What does that free from desire means? How can we be free from desire? Hare Krishna. This is the very important. This should I yes, Lokaman Krishna Babu.
I think the devotees are so much self-satisfied and busy with the service to the Lord. Lot of desire may come to them, but they will not be attached to the desire because they are always
No, no, no,
busy to the
wrong.
service of the Lord.
No. Wrong. This is something that we discussed. Okay, the devotee also has desires. Okay, but why is Krishna saying free from desire? And then Krishna says, one who has given up all sense of proprietorship. This is a very crucial point because we think this is my house. And I touched this point also. These are my family members, mother, father, children, like, right? And this is my country. This is my club. That is all sense of proprietorship. My. But if you sing of this is my children, right? When we just say this is my children, this is my parent. What are we saying? This is my parent or children or whatever. Because why we are saying we are associating with this bodily relationship. And that body itself is temporary. Okay, so to the extent we are attached to that, right? In temporary basis, like it is going, one has to give up the body. Either the other person gives the body, give up the body. But because we were attached to this, we will have so much pain because of that. And one who is devoid of false ego, Prabhupada will explain what this false ego is as we go down. So that person will attain the real peace. Let's go into this verse purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is the point that we touched over last. To become desireless means not to desire anything for sense gratification. In other words, desire for becoming Krishna conscious is actually desirelessness. So, one who is always desiring to be Krishna conscious, okay, that is desirelessness. If one is thinking, okay, how can I become Krishna conscious? How can I do this service? That itself is desirelessness. What Lokamon Krishna Prabhu was saying, by doing things for Krishna, we will become desireless. No, if we are desiring for Krishna, right? Look, I want to serve my Guru, I want to serve Krishna, I want to do this service. Somehow or other, like I want to use the Lakshmi which I have earned in service. Somehow or other, like I have energy, I want to give my energy in Krishna service. I have got a I have got time to think, like, okay, time to study. So let me assimilate this message and let me share it with others. These are all services. To understand one's actual position as the eternal servitor of Krishna without falsely claiming this material body to be oneself and without falsely claiming proprietorship of anything in this world is the perfect sense of Krishna consciousness. Two things. First is what is our actual position? That we are Jivara Swarup Hoy, Krishna Nitya Das. That means one is eternally the servitor of Krishna. Uh, Understanding this, that I am Krishna's servant. Whose servant am I? I am Krishna's servant. So anyone like okay, who is if if my guru is if my guru who is a pure devotee, when they are telling me that okay, I need to do this, that means like okay, if I follow this will please Krishna. And whose servant am I? I am Krishna's servant. Okay. If someone else tells me, okay, why don't you do this? Why don't you? Um, Someone may tell, I want you to get green card for this. Just by saying this, what they have done, they have instilled a material desire in our heart. Till we get that green card, I want you to get a good job, get a good wife. He have instilled a material desire in us. It will never keep us happy. Because now we have an expectation that okay, I want this. We might be always thinking in our mind, always will be thinking like, okay, oh, there is immigration column, this, that, like, okay, because everything will be driven by that desire which has been instilled in us. If someone says that, okay, I want you to make nice money, we really trust this person. Okay, that may be a family member. Okay, and then like if we are not making money, good money, it will not keep us satisfied. Because what happened? We became a servitor of that person. We are not becoming a servitor of Krishna. Because Krishna is selling na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadisha kame. Krishna is saying Kanak Kamini Kirti. It is not that okay, you don't get this, but don't aspire to get this. Krishna will arrange what is best for you. And when Krishna arranges that, we will know that okay, if we are taking guidance, we will know that okay, this is right for us. Without falsely claiming this material body to be oneself, and without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in this world. If we think this material body is ourself, oh, I am director, I am nowadays India they say right, Karodpati, Lakpati. So that means um, I have a wonderful family. My children are in America. My parents are so well established. But all of this, whatever we are seeing, right? These are all in terms of bodily relationship. Whatever we are associating with this, right? It just says that okay, we are proud of something which is in the bodily level. But all of this is very temporary. Without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in this world. So actually, this reminds me of one thing, falsely claiming proprietorship. Everyone has heard the name of Sunil Gavaskar. So Sunil Gavaskar was once asked, "What is the secret of your success?" Sunil Gavaskar replied, he was one interviewed, like, okay. He was at that time he was in the peak of his career. He was saying, "It's my hard work. I I I believe in work in worship, and I work very hard for this." So he worked even more harder to bring up his son, Rohan Gavaskar. Why did that not work out? Because Paramatma has to sanction, Krishna has to sanction. Otherwise, it will not work out. We think, okay, we are the proprietor, we think we can control everything. No, we don't have any control. I was telling about this king, right? How it is. Like, okay, I want to tell you a story in this context. This also I was hearing from my spiritual master, Param Pujya Radhanand Swami Maharaj. So he was sharing, this was 2 3 decades back, I think more than 2 decades back. He was sharing that once he was in Thailand actually, and there he maybe I'm maybe the place I'm mistaken, but like, okay. So he met one. He had to travel from one place to another, and that time like okay, there was one famous celebrity from a um, TV show star who who was traveling, and like okay, he offered to give Maharaj ride. So as he was traveling in his limousine, and Maharaj says that okay, he had a phone to to talk to the driver because the driver is so far away. So he has to talk to the driver on the phone. Now, now it's it so happened like, okay, as they were traveling, so this person was telling that okay, he earns on a daily basis um, for his shows $20,000. So you can calculate like, okay, how much that means. This is I'm talking about 20 to 30 years back actually. So he was earning that much. This is only for the TV show. Plus, addition to that, he has other things like where he gives personal appearances and other things. And he was saying that okay, there are so he earns so much, and then he he when there are other different actresses who comes in like okay, who participates in their shows. So for that week, like it is such like okay, uh, they become his girlfriends. Hare Krishna. So and then obviously he goes to the top-notch parties and things like that where they have all this meat and wine and other things. And he was sharing to Maharaj like okay, that you know what, I'm very unhappy with all this. I don't have any peace. I just want to become like you. And then Maharaj asks, are you sure you want to become like me? Because I think you are giving me the ride to this place. And then he says, yeah. In fact, you know what? And he says, as they are crossing one place, he says that okay, you know those daily wage workers they see on the road, like okay, who are picking up like okay, you know, like when the crops are ready to be uh, they are harvesting, they are picking up those harvested crops. So he said, I could be like them actually. I would be more happy because you know what they are doing is they are real people. But in the life that I live, you have one life inside and you show others that okay, you're so happy and everything, and neither I am happy nor the people whom I meet with they are happy. They all show this show bottle smiles and laughter which are all false. So and then like okay, what happens, his car breaks down in the middle of the road actually, and then the driver says that okay, the car has some problem, and so for this what you need to do is like, okay, every 15 minutes because it is getting overheated, you need to stop. So that place which was going to take like okay, some couple of hours is now going to take 5 hours because you need to brake. And he was thinking like, okay, and all these small cars which are there which are cheap cars, they are just passing by like okay, zoop 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 zoop, and this car is thing. And then he was thinking okay, what is the use of this Mercedes limousine that I have, like it's like useless. And even I could have had that car like a seat. And he starts crying. And then Maharaj was explaining that okay, see, many people may be identifying with this person, okay, that is the life I want, but they do not know what is going on with this person's life, what they are aspiring for. So one, so here going to this like okay, without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything, falsely claiming material to be body to be oneself. That is the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness when one understands what is their duty. One who is situated in this perfect stage knows that because Krishna is the proprietor of everything, everything must be used for satisfaction of Krishna. We should think that okay, what have I got? What can I offer to Krishna? This should be our constant meditation. I was I attended one session last week with in the Detroit temple. So it was a session with other, like, okay, very senior devotees, like, okay, and eh, our temple president, His Grace Jagadguru Prabhu, a very exemplary devotee. He was sharing about a devotee. He was mentioning that this devotee constantly thinks about how I can please Shri Radha Kunjaberi. They are, and this devotee, I have known him since years, more than a decade actually. Actually, from the day I came into Krishna consciousness, maybe not day, but maybe from that year I knew him. I have seen him that he's never in the limelight. He does all services behind the scene. And Jagadguru Prabhu was saying that, okay, the kind of mercy he has got, like, okay, is unbelievable. Like, okay, he's constantly thinking about Krishna, no matter wherever he is. Sleeping, he's thinking about Krishna. Waking up, he's thinking about Krishna and how he can serve, how he can serve. And he was telling that, okay, I want to be in that position. Now, this is out of his humility. His Grace Jagadguru Prabhu is always like, okay, he's always thinking of Shishi Radha Kunjabari. But when he shared this, right, I was just thinking like, okay, wow, what an amazing thing this is. See, like, we have to analyze our life. How much time do we think about, like, okay, what I can offer to Krishna? Someone may have a lot of wealth, okay, but when it comes to giving, right, like, okay, we may be we may think that, okay, oh, for Krishna, right, like, okay, yeah, we may think like, okay, we are donating, but we have to understand someone may have time, and after giving time, right, they think, okay, see, verbally we may say something. What is important to analyze is what we are thinking in our heart. See, in our heart, if we think that, okay, I spent so much time on this, that's it. We should, this is always I've heard from my spiritual master, we should think about that what we can give. We should forget about what we gave. So that way we don't become proud. So everything must be used for the satisfaction of Krishna. In this case, Prabhupada gives the example of Arjun. Arjun did not want to fight for his own sense gratification. Arjun gives so many reasons, right? He tells that, okay, oh, I don't want to fight. 5 reasons he gives. We have studied that. But when he became fully Krishna conscious, he fought because Krishna wanted him to fight. Now we may think that, okay, we may have many mental inhibitions that, okay, oh, now see, I have been told to do this. I don't like to do that. Many times it happens like that. Okay, I don't like to do this. We will have our own desire. Okay, we will constantly try to, if we analyze our mind, right, our mind will constantly try to analyze and put our desire in front. Somehow or other we want to keep put our desire there. But okay, somehow we want that to be approved. So for himself, Arjun had no desire to fight, but for Krishna, the same Arjun fought to his best ability. So we might think, okay, think about avenues where for I did not want to do this, but because I was instructed, I did this to the best of my ability. And if we are doing that, that is very good. When we are unable to do that, we should think about it. Oh, why am I not able to do it for the best, with the best of my abilities? These are questions we should ask in our heart. These are like, okay, things like, okay, real desirelessness is to desire for the satisfaction of Krishna, not an artificial attempt to abolish desires. So it is not that cut our own desires. See, if we think about like, okay, how we can satisfy Krishna, automatically our own desires will go away. If we are constant thinking of how can I satisfy Krishna, see, because think about it, like, okay, even small things. When we cook, right, what is the thing we think? What do I like? Ah, that item comes to our mind. Let's cook this. One time also, if you do you check, Krishna, do you like this? And there is another way of thinking of it. Krishna, see, I like this item. I think you might also like this. See, I don't. I know only these 5 items to cook, and I think like okay, since I've whenever I tried this item, I like this item. I think you might like this. Let me make that and give it to you. But Krishna, I want to do one thing. See, somehow or other, if you can change my thought process on what I like to what you like, that will be very nice. Can you do that in my heart? See, you are sitting in my heart. Can you do that? Like, okay, just change my inclination to always think about what you like. That's it. And if we are regularly praying for that, then it will be most fantastic. The living being cannot be desireless or senseless. Means we have senses, right? So we have to have some sense desire will be there. But he does have to change the quality of desires. He has to change the quality of desire. See, all the time when we go to the temple, also like okay, all the time if we are thinking like okay, oh, what will if I could have got that thing, if this thing like okay, and this. If you think like okay, just analyze are our when we make prayers, right? Are we in the focus in our prayers? Is Krishna in the focus? Makes a lot of difference. Okay, Krishna, I really want to serve you. Okay, how can I really serve you in a way that I can please you? The other way will be Krishna. I I want to do this for you. I want to do that for you. Those may be very nice desire, but Krishna, will you be pleased with this? We have to think like, okay, am I talking about his pleasure? See, when our children come to us, right? Our Lokamon Krishna Prabhu is there, Ashok Kishon Chandra Prabhu is there. Like, when the children come to us, like they say that, okay, Papa, I want to please you. You will be like blown away. Wow, my child is saying, I want to please you. What do you want? Papa, I want to do this for you. No, no, what do you want? I don't want anything. I just want to give you happiness. Oh, you can't think of anything other than giving me happiness? You know, you don't have to think of anything. Automatically, the blessings will come out of your heart for such a child. Would you agree? Yeah. So automatically, the blessing will be there. In material, in material transactional knowledge, in material transactional thing, what will happen is the child will try to tell you, okay, what I want to do, what I want you to do for me. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Question is like, okay, do you like if I if I do this or do you like? You don't ask. Okay. It is it is something when we are trying to serve, right? We have to see that okay, what is it that will please? Staying in our regulated boundaries. Oh, this person likes to eat fish. Let me get fish for him. No. We have to see how we can bring Krishna in center. Yeah, I know like okay, sometimes like people think like okay, oh, that food will be nice for them. Let me advise for you, you do this one. I will do the regulated principles. That may not really work out. See, when we are keeping Krishna in the center, keep Krishna in the center in every place. Have that integrity. And when we have that integrity, Krishna will understand, okay, this person's trying. Maybe few people may not listen. Maybe nobody will listen initially. But when we are sincere, then Krishna will change their hearts eventually. If we are insincere, then in that case, that will not happen. If we are sincere, then that change of heart will eventually happen. We may or may not live to see that, but it will happen. Sometimes it may take lifetimes also, depending on because everyone has a journey, and Krishna consciousness is not at all cheap. In fact, it is the highest thing. There are so many paths of spiritual realization, and the bhakti path is the highest because it is direct connection with the supreme personality of Godhead. Forget about supreme personality of Godhead. Even if it's the president of country, how many of us think like we will be eligible to get a direct connection with the president? Anyone is there? No, right? Or forget about the president of the country, the president or the chief minister or the state senator who will give us an appointment immediately. Oh, I want to meet him right now. No, no one will meet. But here, Kunju Bihari, Krishna is so merciful. When we pick up the beads in our hands, he is giving us a direct appointment. That is our time with him. And at that time, if we just think about it, today I was meditating on one part. Okay, I was I was telling one devotee about this. If we just meditate on this part, that okay, Krishna, I'm able to breathe. I know one. I know someone I was talking to earlier this week. They have a nasal problem. They are unable to breathe. This person is unable to breathe. Can you imagine? Like, okay, what a blessing is it to breathe freely. Krishna, I'm able to breathe. Krishna, you have given me eyes. I can see you. I can see your darshan. Krishna, you have given me ears. I can hear about you. It's a different thing. Like, Krishna, please take away the tendency in me to hear poisonous things. Give me the tendency where I can only hear pure Harikatha. Krishna, you have given me this tongue. I take a vow. I will not have anything other than prasad. Krishna, your remnants only I will eat. Millions of lifetimes I have given for just enjoy my senses. But this life, like, okay, whatever time is left, please allow me to only take your remnants. Krishna, you have given me legs. My legs are still working. I want to use these legs to go to a temple. You have given, if I am not able to go to the temple, Krishna, you have given me this mind. Let me think about the temples that I have visited. Let me every morning think about those temples where I have visited. Let me do parikrama of those temples. Can we do that? Yeah. Krishna, you have given me skill to cook. I want to cook for you, Krishna. All my life, I have done cooking for my own self. Okay, I just thought, okay, what I like. But now I want to give my complete heart to you, Krishna. I want to genuinely give you my heart, Krishna. Krishna, you have given me so much unlimited love when I was in my most difficult situations. You stood by me. I knew, Krishna, what you did, no one could have ever done. Krishna, you brought me into this Krishna consciousness. You connected me to Prabhupada. I can see people around me. They are so much ignorant. They are not able to connect. How is such a sinful person as myself got connected to you, Krishna? Oh, my dear Lord, you are so merciful. There is nothing special in me. I am that same fool, number one. But oh, my dear Lord, you are so magnanimous. You gave me connection of Srila Prabhupada. You brought me into this process. You are allowing me to see the devotees. Krishna, you are giving me this chance to hear Harikatha. You are giving me chance to hear. Now I want to use my ears very attentively to hear your holy name. Oh Krishna, every name like Hare Krishna. Hare is Radharani. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Once again I am calling out. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Narad, Sripad Narad Muni used to, is constantly he's chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. Mahaprabhu personally gave this Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada gave this instruction by giving us this, or my Guru Varga is giving this instruction, my Guru Maharaj is giving this instruction. By chanting this, I want to please the entire Guru Parampara. I want to please give you greatest satisfaction, Krishna. Please allow me to be an object of your pleasure, Krishna, as I chant this holy name. Krishna, this is my direct appointment with you. Please let no other disturbance be there. Let me just hanker to be with you, Krishna. I don't want any disturbance. But somehow or other, Krishna, my mind is so wicked. It just, as soon as I am trying to focus on you, like it pulls me away. Let all my distractions also be you only. Let my focus also be you, and let my distraction also be you, Krishna. I don't want anything else. See, I have been cheated so many times, Krishna. And I think, like, okay, I will land into a good job, and like, okay, I am being cheated there. Like, okay, people are not paying me sometimes, right? We have devotees like who are going through that. Okay, people are not paying me. They're And I trusted all material people so far, and I've been cheated every time. Like, okay, anyone like, okay, who is material, like, okay, they will always try to look as to what I can get out of this person. And one who is Krishna conscious, they will always think what I can give to this person. They never think of what I can get out of this, because that is Krishna's nature. Krishna wants to give, and the devotees of the Lord, they are having the same nature. What I can give, what I can give. The the materialist always thinks what I can get, what I can extract from him. You will see outside world, you will see this is the mentality everywhere, whether it's job, anywhere, even in family also, even among brothers, even among child and parent also. Very unfortunate. Hare Krishna. A a materially desireless person, Prabhupada writes, certainly knows that everything belongs to Krishna. Ishavastam idam sarvam. And therefore, he does not falsely claim proprietorship over anything. Uh, that person knows that Krishna, you have given me this wealth. Let me use this for your purpose. You have given me this strength. Let me use it for your purpose. These are all not mine. I want you to all do one exercise. Think from your perspective. What is it that I can offer to Krishna? Make a note of this. Do this homework. What is it that I have? Everyone has something or the other to offer to Krishna. Okay, and there is more than a single way that you can offer many things to Krishna. This transcendental knowledge is based on self realization, namely, knowing perfectly well that every living being is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna in spiritual identity, and that the eternal position of the living entity is therefore never on the level of Krishna or greater than him. That means not to become a boss, but to become a servant. Okay, we are always part and parcel of Krishna. This understanding of Krishna consciousness is the basic principle of a real peace. So one who gets this understanding is always have has um, has real peace there. So with that, where is that one? Oh, here. So with that, I will stop sharing. I want to just reflect upon few points. Actually, this is just 2 days back. Actually, just yesterday, we had the incorporation of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada established this ISKCON so many years back, like now more than 50 years back. We are having the Srila Prabhupada reading. So we have that reading group actually. I was telling yesterday one devotee, why don't you hear what Srila Prabhupada has done? Because see, we might read Srila Prabhupada books, but when we understand what Srila Prabhupada has gone through in his journey, then when we understand Srila Prabhupada, his mood in different situations, then then we can assimilate the contents of his books. So we have regular reading of this, like we share 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes daily. So I requested devotees long back. I don't know how many of them are listening, but it is very, very helpful. At least I am getting very much benefited, I can tell you. Because if we understand what kind of troubles Srila Prabhupada has gone through, and in those troubles, what were his consciousness, it gives us so much appreciation of Srila Prabhupada, and it gives us so much appreciation of what he has given to us, in what kind of situations and how Krishna reciprocated with him, if we understand that, it will, it is, we can understand how much supremely blessed we are. Because, see, we might hear about, like, okay, oh, we need to real peace and all those things. But when we understand through the life of a devotee, right, then it becomes very easy to assimilate that information. We can hear a lot of katha. We may not get any of this in our heart till we understand it through the life of a devotee. So Srila Prabhupada is one such example, like, okay, which I highly encourage, like, okay, reading the Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, especially, like, okay, l- if you are not able to read, use this opportunity to hear actually. So when we hear, what will happen is, like, okay, even if you are hearing daily 5-10 minutes, what that will do to you is you will get in your life's journey, when the challenges come, you can remember how Srila Prabhupada has dealt with challenges in his life, and that will give you faith on Krishna. Now, this faith is something, is the most crucial thing in our life, in the life of someone who is aspiring to be a devotee, or who is even a devotee, who considers himself a devotee. This faith is the most important thing. This faith is something that we have to really preserve. That is why Srila Rupa Goswami says that, okay, that avoid association of non-devotees, because in the association of devotees, in the association of like-minded devotees, our devotion develops, and in the association of non-devotees, that faith which has been cultivated with so much great difficulty, it is very easily stolen away, stolen. So if now we have to decide that, okay, see, thing is like, okay, we build a, now in this material world, what happens is, like, okay, we have bank balance, right? So what do we do, like, okay, we, when we have a nice bank balance, we keep the bank balance, um, it is stored in secured bank. We see, right, it is in a secured bank. If we have some ornaments or things like, they're kept in lockers, right? And we, if we have, if we have any cash amount, we put that in our, I will just mute everyone. So if we have any cash amount, we put that in, let's say, Almira or something like that, right? So now, does anyone keep any valuable thing like right there in the front of the main door? No, right? It is very securely kept. And what happens, like, okay, if so, let's say there is a fraud happened in your account, somehow your bank balance was only, um, your bank balance was $200, and suddenly there is a fraud that happened. Out of this 200, $100 got stolen. What will you do? You will be totally worried about that, right? You will try to make sure that, okay, you don't use any of the stores, or like, okay, whatever could be the possible avenues, you will stop that. You will reach out to the bank to try to see how you can recover your money back. Sometimes you may be able to, sometimes you will not be able to. But the point I'm trying to make is that we are very, very careful about that. So we have to be very careful about our faith also, which is why association of non-devotees is not recommended by our acharyas, and all our guru vargas telling the same thing, so that we cultivate this thing with whatever environment is not favorable for our Krishna consciousness. We will know in our heart, we know exactly that, okay, what is not favorable, we have to stay away from there. Okay, because now all of you have heard so much, like, okay, so it will be very clear in our heart, and if we are not clear, then we should ask questions. Okay, is this favorable, is this not favorable? So whatever we are, whatever environment we are exposing ourselves to, that will decide that, okay, how much faith we develop and how we grow in Krishna consciousness. So with that being said, I will conclude this session with a small story about one of our great acharya, Shila Loknath Goswami. we had the Tirobhav or the disappearance tithi of Srila Loknath Goswami on the on Thursday 6th. Srila Loknath Goswami was one of the very dear associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was there with Mahaprabhu even before his sannyas lila. Now we know Mahaprabhu is none other than Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya. He's the combined form of Shri Radha and Krishna. So Mahaprabhu told Loknath Goswami right in the very before he took sannyas that Loknath Goswami, I want to tell you that in the near future I will take sannyas. So I have to cut off my hair, and it will be very difficult for you, I felt, to tolerate this pastime. So I want you to leave Navadvip and I want you to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham and be there. I will let you know. No, Mahaprabhu said that, okay, be there. I will personally come there to Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Loknath Goswami said he he was he his heart broke actually. How can he stay without Mahaprabhu? So he started crying and Mahaprabhu said, no, just follow this. So with deep pain in his heart, he left for Vrindavan. People go to Vrindavan and they are very joyful to go to Vrindavan. But Loknath Goswami, knowing that, okay, his Lord is Mahaprabhu, it was very painful for him to go to Vrindavan. And then he did his sadhana over there. And he was, in those days, there was no mobile phone, no WhatsApp, nothing. So at that time, he would get updates about Mahaprabhu. So he got to know that Mahaprabhu has now taken sannyas. And after sannyas, Mahaprabhu had told that after sannyas, I will come to Vrindavan. So, but after sannyas, what happened is Mahaprabhu's mother, Sachi Mata, told him that, okay, you go and stay in Jagannath Puri. So Mahaprabhu accepted what his mother has said and he went to Jagannath Puri. So Loknath Goswami thought that, okay, Srila Loknath Goswami thought that, okay, oh, Mahaprabhu is not coming here. And then after some time, he got news that Mahaprabhu is now going to South India for tour. So he kept waiting, and then since Mahaprabhu has gone to South India, he's he's now coming back. So Mahaprabhu went for 2 years. So for 2 years, he took South India tour. He came back, and then Loknath Goswami heard that, okay, Mahaprabhu is now he's back to Jagannath Puri. So Loknath Goswami, he thought that, okay, maybe I should go to Jagannath Puri. So he went to Jagannath Puri. So when he went to Jagannath Puri, he heard the news that, okay, Mahaprabhu has left Jagannath Puri and he's now on his way to Vrindavan. So he said, oh, Mahaprabhu told me to be there in Vrindavan. So I should have been there. And now Loknath Goswami, he swiftly went to Vrindavan. And then when he came to Vrindavan, he learned that Mahaprabhu was here in Vrindavan. He went into the parikrama of all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. And then very recently, he left Vrindavan to go to Prayag. And by the way, Loknath Goswami, he was looking for you. And Loknath Goswami thought, oh, this was the only instruction that Mahaprabhu gave me, that I have to be here. And I was not here when Mahaprabhu was here. Tomorrow morning itself, I'll go to Prayag. And then, as he was planning to start the next day morning for Prayag, at that time, Mahaprabhu came in his dream and said, Loknath Goswami, I want you to be there in Vrindavan only. Don't leave Vrindavan. And I want you very recently. This is before the time of Srila Rupa and Sanatan Goswami when they went to Vrindavan. So he said, very soon, Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami will come to Vrindavan and you be with them. You all be together like brothers. And I want you to be there in Vrindavan. So with deep deepest pain in his heart. Because deepest pain in the sense, because of separation from Mahaprabhu, Loknath Goswami stayed in Vrindavan. And while he was there in Vrindavan, he cultivated this desire that, okay, that somehow or other, if I could serve Lord in the deity form, that would be so nice. He never told this desire to anyone. So one day it so happened that one Brahmin person came to him and he gave him something in his hand, and then he immediately disappeared. So Srila Loknath Goswami, he looked what it is. And then he saw there's a beautiful deity there in his hand, Shishi Radha Vinod. And he thought, okay, oh, this is such a beautiful deity. But I am just a, I just stay underneath some trees. Every day I stay underneath different trees. How can I serve actually this deity? So as he was thinking about that, that deity spoke, that Radha Vinod spoke to him that, oh Loknath, I've been waiting for you. You are such a sincere devotee. All my I've been living here for quite some time, and I've been waiting for you for the time when you will serve me. Oh Loknath, I want to be with you. I want to get services from you. That deity is speaking to him. And Srila Loknath Goswami got so ecstatic, his joy knew no bounds to hear this. And he said, okay, what do we do? Then he started he started making, like, okay, he did not have any facility, he did not even have money. He started making out of that plates out of leaves, and there, like, whatever he would have got out of begging, he started cooking that and offering to Radha Vinod. Radha Vinod, his his temple was like Loknath Goswami would put him in a cloth, and he would always hang him by his neck, that cloth, and inside, like, okay, he would put Radha Vinod, and he would go from place to place. And when he would stay underneath a tree, he would just hang Radha Vinod on top, that cloth on top of this thing. So Radha Vinod will be in that swing itself, and Radha Vinod will be most happy with this. So, and there are so many other pastimes of Shishi Radha Vinod actually, but I will stop here. The point I wanted to make is, when one is sincere, he Srila Loknath Goswami did not have any facilities, but within that he would give so much pleasure to Shri Radha Vinod. Okay, so it does not, and Shri Radha Vinod will be super happy with whatever services. So it is not that, okay, we have to have luxuries and opulences to serve Krishna. No matter whatever our situation is, we are completely equipped to serve Krishna. So since it is about satisfaction of Krishna, so let us all try in our own ways to give the greatest satisfaction to Krishna, to chant our holy name in a way that would be pleasing to Krishna. And with that, let's conclude here. If you have any questions, any comments, we can take that now. Or if you have any concerns or any corrections, then we can take that also now. हरे कृष्णा. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. श्री लोकनाथ गोस्वामी तुरंत तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय. निताय गौर.
जय
हरि बोल.
हरी हरी बोल श्री अनंत विलास प्रभु की जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So any questions, any comments anyone has? Hare Krishna. If not, we can conclude here. Okay. So if no one has any comments, then we can conclude here. Meksham Prabhu, it is very nice to have you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Oh, Lokaman Krishna, do you have a question? You can unmute and share, Prabhu.
Whatever you told us today and we listened, you have to bless me so that I can absorb this. What I have been trying, but I am not able to control my mind to that extent. It is your blessing what is required, which will help me to do that.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I'll be very honest. I'm very insignificant. I am not qualified that much, but I will offer my prayers for you, Prabhu, so that your mind gets completely fixed up in Krishna consciousness, always pleasing Guru and Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our Guru Varga is very, very, they are most merciful. One of the easiest thing that we can do is daily sing the Guru Puja prayer, or at least listen to this Guru Puja prayer if singing is not possible. The meanings of this Guru Puja is very, very powerful. And the Guru Puja that we sing, Shri Guru Charana Padma, that is written by the disciple of Srila Loknath Goswami. His name is Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And Mahaprabhu personally blessed that anyone who even says Narottam, 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 that person will be purified. Okay, and the name itself, Narottam, is so powerful. So we can imagine what is the potency of Srila Loknath Goswami. So, and none of this we would have got exposed to if Srila Prabhupada would have not come to deliver most fallen souls like us in this dark age of Kali, because people are suffering like anything in this dark age. Even the most dangerous thing is hypocrisy and quarrel. Quarrel at every stage, and hypocrisy means whatever one is, one may be externally something and internally something. So it is very, very dangerous age actually. And only our Guru Varga can save us actually, because they are being empowered by Krishna to deliver us. So doing this Guru Puja regularly, praying to Srimati Tulsi Maharani. Srimati Tulsi Maharani is nothing but like, okay, she is the gatekeeper of spiritual world. She opens the keys of spiritual world. And another personality is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So that is Lord Shiva himself. Mahaprabhu taught us how to pray to him. Ohe Khetrapal Shiv, tumi dayamoy, Krishna bhakti dao more, hoiya shodoy. When we take shelter of them, we want to ultimately approach Krishna. Then, then our road to Krishna becomes very easy. He's a he's a big person, and Mahaprabhu made it super simple. Even if we take holy name, and if we are taking holy name by always listening to the instructions of the shelter that we have received from our Guru, then just by trying to do that, we will get purified. It, if one is sincere, in one lifetime itself, they can cross over this material world. If one is not there yet, then they will be also soon cross over, depending on the level of sincerity. Hare Krishna. I hope that answers your question, Prabhu. And I am not qualified, but I will sincerely offer my prayers for you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll conclude here. Dandat Pranam, everyone.